The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
What a week. Been kind of fun. You know, it's amazing because people ask, should I take a day or a moment off? And me, I don't take breaks. I think lunch and all that silly stuff is, to me, a waste of time. But again, it reminds me of Friday. I heard 3 people in the office say, thank God it's Friday. I'm sorry. That's what a loser says. Okay. Bottom line, I don't care about thank God it's Friday. And thank God we have a day. We're here. But are we accomplishing a goal? That should be the ultimate dream. Me, I'm just the godfather of credit that's built about $5 billion for clients over the years. I have 27 million clients, 27 billionaires. And for me, it's simple. I use exactly the blueprint that God gave me to give you. And you got to look at your life. What we're doing today. This is live. Biggest problem you have in your life is you. You're your biggest problem. The lack of knowledge. All right, what did you do? Did you bring the pain home? Did you jack it up? Did you not know how to play the game? You had to have no backup for a backup. There's no pictures, there's no recording. But I'll tell you what, if I had a millionaire or a billionaire that made it like me, helping me when I was a little kid, hell, I would have got more, faster, and quicker. The quicker picker-upper. But the bottom line is I'm online 6 days a week. Take advantage of that because this is my last year I'm going to do that. Now understand, some goodies on this side. I like goodies. Do you? But the bottom line is I didn't like eating out of a damn trash can when I was a little kid. I thought it sucked. I didn't like being used and abused too. So I wanted to fight to get the hell out of that. What did I do? On the pier, I looked at magazines. Rich and famous people. Amazing. On Redondo Beach Pier, you see Miranda Day Ray, Torrance Rocks, Palace, Ferdies. They got money. I just wonder how they got the money. If they did it, I can do it too. They're no better than me. I'm just going to follow through. So look behind the curtain. Now here's the goal. That's a $100 million building. All right, in literally Costa Mesa, across from the mall. That's a $1 million Lamborghini, $5 million mansion, race boats. I like goodies. You want them? You need a 750 score. If not, don't worry, you won't get any more. All right, you design your life for you. Getting that first $100,000, it's a pain in the ass. But once I get past that 100,000, we can get to $1 million. See, we just have to repackage you. There's the ultimate goal. And if you let me kind of program you, when you listen and learn, understand, I add you to my credit system. And you see, I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarborough, security chief at TOW Spear years ago. I helped give him rules and tools, learn how to play. Now I understand something. There's more goodies like this too. You know what? Let's teach you how to get the American dream. But I got to analyze you. Bottom line is I got to figure out your experience, trend, your Equifax, and I got to blueprint you if you really want to get to the $1 million to the $5 million mark. A lot of people are full of blah, blah, blah. Some of you probably too. And lazy. You got to be a little crazy. I'm online 6 days a week. I'd like to repackage every one of you. But I've been doing it for 45 years. My last final year is this year. From there, if you didn't get to the boot camp, literally, you missed the 3 days. Sorry, we had fun online and in person. But here's the thing you can do. You can sign up for basically part 2. What does that mean? You see, you missed the 3 days. Okay, what if I put you in the 6 months part 2, 6 months. We turn around from there. It's what I did in 2008. I'm going to interview you. And then I get to basically inventory you and blueprint you. So I'll set the goals up for 6 months. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to Zoom every 2 weeks. Your first Zoom's on the 13th if you did it today. If you don't do it today on the last day of the month, oh, well, you kind of blew that too. Ultimate goal. Calls every week with that group as well. From there, you're going to get level 1, 2, 3, and specialty classes too. By the way, the first class starts tomorrow. If you don't do it today, oh, well, you miss out the opportunity. I'm going to give you $50,000 of credit. Ultimate goal. And the bottom line is pretty simple. All right, it's 6 months, and this is a 6-month boot camp with me. What's going to happen is $5,000. That's right, $5 grand. All right, you sign up today. And all you have to do right now is personally understand that this is what you can do. I'm going to choke. Zelle wire deposit. I also have this scan. You can scan and pay that $5,000 now. Now remember, there's only 25 people in this, and they only have a couple spaces anyway. But if you don't do it right away, that's on you. Ultimate goal. You can also Zelle. Now let's understand Zelle. That's the ultimate goal. My name receivable. All right. Understand Ray Reynolds recipient. From there we put Ray at racecredit.com. Simple to do. Ultimate goal. Now understand. On Zelle, I want you to take a picture of this. When I have you Zelle, now I ask you to put an RW code on it. That means Ray's webinar. Also, when if you did bank transfer deposit, I use a different bank account than anybody in the office. So when the bank's in that account, they can't argue it's theirs. All right, that means I sold it, by the way. But it's very simple. We separate it very simple too. Ultimate goal, if you don't do this, you kind of blew it. So the ultimate thing to think about is today. 1,000 steps to millionaire. That's what you're going to have to find out. To be a certified CFO. See, my legacy is going to be leaving about $10 billion to Ray Reynolds University when I finally die again. Now, here's what I did. I brought in my first 100,000 at 9.5 and Helping Hand Industries. Credit cards came in the mail, no problem. I made my first million at 14.5. Wow. Then I got 2.6 billion at 26 under corporate structure. Now, here's the thing. I wanted to offer what I do and teach people for free. No one wanted to play with me. Oh, well, boo-hoo-hoo. So what did I do? Everything you get involved with most of the time, I'm going to give you back your credit, your refund in the credit, personal business credit, up to times 10. So whatever you invest, you get it back in personal business credit. Kind of fun to play. See, that way I also take away your excuses. Most of you have excuses, all right, and you don't want to know how to what. See, the bottom line is going to be up to you. Let's draw that diagram in front of you. You see, that's a corporation. And that's divisions or subsidiaries, right? One of the two. Corporation, all right, subsidiaries or divisions. See, here's the problem. If you have a corporation today, you probably are using that to make some business. When they sue the corporation, they sue you. That's called stupidity. Sorry. If you look at your banks, your grocery stores in the cities, they have a parent company owning companies. That's why they call it subsidiary. I created division process in 85 and 86. So it doesn't matter if the bank's all bankrupt, 5,000 locations, they get a tax credit and they get to write it off. Next thing you got to think about is this, simple, Sam's Club. They shut down 63 locations 2 years before pandemic in California alone, a total of 1,204 so far. Bankrupted location got a tax credit for their screw up or the decision. See, when you bring the pain home, you just go home and go boo-hoo, and then you feel sorry for yourself and everyone around you too. You got to stop that today. Geico ran out of the city last year when they changed the rules in the state too. You got 11 cities to file bankruptcy. How does a city file bankruptcy? Simple. It's called the United States of America Incorporated. 50 states. They basically, states have cities. Cities are corporations. They invented a Chapter 9 bankruptcy under the Federal Protection Act. That means they can bankrupt a debt, stay in business, and get a tax credit too. See, right in front of you, all the things are happening. Some people want to complain about rich and famous people. As far as I'm concerned, shut up and join them. Ultimate goal. But again, you got to learn to quit bringing the pain home. Number 2, be the CFO, certified CFO. And then you have to reprogram your brain to millionaire status. Biggest problem we have, I'm sorry, is you. Most of you have brought the pain home. You jacked up your personal credit. You got stuck. You couldn't write up diddly squat. And from there, you can't basically understand when you broke the score and what you brought down, you can't get any more because you jacked it up past 29%. See, understand something. The lack of knowledge is the stupidity of man and woman. Nobody's stupid, but you didn't learn how to play. By the way, that's on you. Now, understand the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. See, we have two things here. Here we have we the people. That's an SSN. Everything we bring in, we got to pay tax, again and again. Over here, it's a corporation. Wow. That's what rich and famous people and the 1%ers do. Corporation's a legal person, and tax ID, they don't pay tax, so they make a profit. No money, no tax. Let's see if we can play. Corporation's a legal person the last 154 years. What's wrong with you? You didn't learn to play? Whose fault is that? Are you listening yet? Are you turning these suckers up today? You got choices. Are you listening and going to do the steps? All right. But if you don't, that's on you. You got to be responsible and understand today, look at your age and look at the past. See, that's the roller coaster of life and persistence. The biggest problem happens to be, sorry, you're afraid to try. You hold yourself back and you don't think you can do this. You see, I created a system and division process. You can roll the dice and give it a hell of a try. And if you screw it up, you can walk away. And I have no intent to defraud, by the way. So what we get to do? Let's repackage you. It's amazing how we get to play the game. It's like Wanda that was at the boot camp the other day. She reminded me when she showed me some books that are 28 years ago. She's been a client almost 30 years for me, having fun every day. Now, here's something. For the ones who missed the 3-day live boot camp, if you want, this Friday I'm having an overview. I'm going to go over and cover a lot of things we went through. So it's a short version. All right, and what happens is we're going to go over goals. We're going to look at basically corporate level 1, 2, and specialty classes. We're going to do daisy chaining of credit. All right, we're going to have division process, and we're going to do leveraging money. All right, done a Bradstreet setup and building credit, and has some more fun, and real estate, of course. And on top of that, buckets of money. So the ultimate goal for you, you can also learn to become the bank. So if you did miss that 3 days, sorry. All right, you kind of blew that. But if you want a shortcut, you want to go review the whole thing, this Friday for $9.99, that's what you get to do. Ultimate goal. Now, understand, as a bonus to motivate you, because it has to be done today, now. If it's not done by the time I hang up and I'm done with you talking, you kind of wasted it away and you kind of blew it. Here's what I'm going to do for anybody online. You don't have the 18 books and CDs, they're free. All right, give you 10,000 of credit, 10 times your money and your investment back to you. And then I'm going to call you personally. If that is done during this broadcast, keep in mind again and again, there's that Zell, Ray Reynolds recipient, RayRescudder.com. Always put RW on the Zell. And what you're going to Zell for too, or the bank transfer deposit. Because I always use a separate account anyway, so it doesn't have any conflict. So let's play. The bottom line is simple. Did you know you can stop bringing the pain home starting today? Well, what happens is the lack of knowledge is what people seem to do. The lack of knowledge is the stupidity of man and woman. We're not stupid. But the reality is you can read all the books out there you can. Nobody gives you the blueprint like I do. And no one gives you credit back up to times 10 in the first place. You see, I retired at 26. My wife always reminds me every day, this is my hobby. So if you want, the bottom line, you need a good coach, a great coach. You're looking at him. Simple. If you want to play. Remember that? Corporation and division process? If you do it my way, you can stop bringing the pain home today. And then I can repackage you while you put all your ducks in a row. The division screws up, we're going to get rid of that piece, keep the other pieces. If you let your corporation do business, that's called stupidity. Sorry, it's just true. That's a corporate umbrella, by the way. What happens with most people, some of you, you're like sheep. Let's follow along. Bah! I mean, come on, when you started your credit file, you listened to some ding-dongs and you follow like sheep to do that. You had 3 years to try to figure it out, and you thought you did good. And I'm going to teach you things today you should have known all along anyway. But again, maybe you had a friend and family member rip you off, or attorney or CPA let you down too. You see, isn't it about time to learn things for yourself? Even if you hire them, understand what they're going to do for you too. But again, me, I'm that basically incorporated for rich, famous people. I even did Ricky Ross, Ricky Dicky Ross. But now he doesn't like me. Boo. All right, I got him gold and platinum cards, got his wife credit too. He told everybody that as well. But then he doesn't like me today. Oh well, boo-hoo. From there, I help homeless people too. All right, isn't that fun? How about some presidents as well? We could play if you listen today. But the biggest problem what most people do, they sit around the kitchen table, have a meeting. We're going to start a business, honey. That sounds good. Let's all get excited. And what are we going to do about the money? Well, most of you, you hockey your credit cards. You jack them up, get stuck, can't get any more. Or you can write out daily squat. And then you jack your family in your house and you screw it all up and bring the pain home. And then you blame everyone else and go home and go boo-hoo-hoo. That's a bunch of crap. I can't believe people are stupid enough to jack up their personal credit and bring the pain home. Sorry, you never had to. I've been teaching and preaching for 45 years. You haven't been here before? What the blanks took you so damn long? Write down today's day. Let's see if you got the guts. All right? Do you want a yacht? I got 3 in the backyard at the time. You want $1 million building, $100 million building, Lamborghini, $5 million mansion? They're writing it down. You see, if you project 90 working days and you write down your goal list and we go get it, we can readjust it and we keep going for the dream. But that's kind of up to you. When I wrote Winning the Game of Business, all right, 45 years ago, from Repackaging America, page 16 says cash flow free per time. Somebody else is using that. I had to go smack them because it belongs to me. Did you know the 12 books and CDs I sold at the Bonaventure for 32 years for $5,000 a set? There was a line around the hotel to get hold of me. Isn't that kind of fun? So if you want the books and CDs today, you don't have them, let me know. Ultimate goal. So if you want to get real estate into the millions of dollars like I did too, you want the real estate system. How about become the bank and buckets of money? So for $999 today, you got all 18 books and CDs. If you invest $1,000 while you're online with me now, I'll give them to you for free. If you call someone else, they can't give you the books and CDs free. They're mine. I'm giving them out. Got it? But again, when you start a business, you don't know if you're falling off the cliff. They're going to catch you. They're going to knock you down. Hold your breath. Because everybody around you, all right, friend and family member, they could be your enemy too. Now, understand my journey was not so easy. I got born in a taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. She didn't want me. She threw me in the damn trash can. Oh, well, then I got to be the Mrs. Hope. Wasn't that fun? See, your journey today can begin with me if you want to. You can learn to play. Every day I'm up at 2:25 on my knees thanking Jesus for another day. Then I go look in the mirror. See, every time I needed something, I had to count on myself. I didn't get a mommy and a daddy and a family. So it's like living in hell. So I got to look in the mirror like I did today. Have I done everything I need to? Is there more to be done? I believe most of you listen to your friends and family that never brought in millions or billions like me. I think you're listening to a lot of silly people that cloud your direction. Maybe a lesson to learn today. Now, July 4, 2009. World's going great. I'm helping people 6 days a week, even then. Having fun. I got my 3 yachts in my backyard. Wife says, hey, honey, can we take one of the yachts out with a group of people from the church and the school? No problem, honey. We watched the fireworks, had a great time. Next day, I'm going to come and I get to die. Well, that kind of sucks. It ruined my whole day. I heard my tax attorney come trick my wife to sign a POA. He stole everything I got. Yeah, oh, well. From there, the nurse, she asked my wife if I was a donor. It's like they're going to rip out my heart and take it away. But I got a choice that day to stay in peace and go back, and I said go back. So let's get this through your brain. It's a mindset. I don't give a damn what you've been through. I've been through what you and more. Your choice is simple. Do you want to see it, believe, and go get it? I had to move 24 times. I'm 11 and a half years old. Those people were mean. They were stealing my money when I was selling seasoned crackers to pay rent at 8. From there, I got shot twice by a gun. I've been knocked 6 times too. So don't give me your damn excuse. All right, see it, believe it, go get it, and let's go do it. Because anything else is a bunch of BS. Your choice. You can watch those tickety talk videos and blah blah blah, or the YouTube things, blah 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 all day. How about a personal coach, a real person who's done millions and billions? All right, you might think he's looking at you today, but it's up to you. Reprogramming your brain into millionaire status. I got a book coming out this year called Jesus is Not a Drive-Through. See, I believe being a Christian's a way of life, not just a moment in time. Ultimate goal. So more goodies. Let's get you past go. You want to see the Lamborghini collection? The Duffys, the mansions? How about when I broke the record for the fastest and highest kick on the damn planet? I just wanted to prove white men do jump and stupid people say we don't. How about race boats in the backyard, helicopters, U-Docks? How about some yachts? How about some Ferraris too? You see, you got a choice today. You might want to just master Ray's rules. And I want you to focus on see it, believe it, and get off your assets and go get it. See, I fight for everything I ever want, and I fight to keep it too. Why don't you write down section 611 today? Because you need a 750 score, if not more. Well, then you need the rules and tools how to play anyway. Credit repairs are fraud. I don't say it. Federal Trade Commission says it every damn day. You're looking online too. You can't collect money up front, but they do it anyway. They were going to do a credit repair sweep just before pandemic. They're supposed to do this between March and August of this year. I can't wait till they knock them all down, right? Because they're ripping people off every day. Now we got to look at the largest Ponzi on the planet, the Better Business Bureau. You have thousands of companies that will not pay their little fee for their 625 for an A rating. The BB has an F rating too. So let's understand today, even KBC or Mickey Mouse. So I want to warn you something. CNN in 2020 tell you that basically the Better Business Bureau is a scam and a Ponzi. I didn't say it, they did. You can go online and go, BBB got busted. Hell, they got indicted too. They're the biggest Ponzi. They got even kicked out of some cities. So the bottom line, look it up, please. Know the truth, it'll set you free. Lexington Law and CreditRepair.com. Wow, 755 complaints plus? And they got 4 government agencies chasing them too? Be careful. I won't say anything else besides be careful. From their LifeLock, Mark started that company years ago. And they've been indicted 6 times, and even Joel has them sponsoring him. What's he, blind? Has he not heard they've been indicted 6 times? Last indictment's $100 million? I don't understand. But again, just be careful. See, your choice is up to you. You have to rebuild your credit. And you shouldn't have screwed it up in the first place. You did that to yourself too. So let's understand, when you write silly letters, or the credit bureaus do, all right, to the credit bureaus, you write letters like the credit repair companies, and they say, not mine, not late. That's actually a lie. And understand something, what it doesn't bring your score up, it brings it down. It kind of wakes up the creditors and kind of pisses them off. And one thing you think when you hire credit repair, they got a magic wand, they're going to take care of your debt. Well, that's a bunch of BS. You see, they don't take care of your debt. Those creditors are going to still keep kicking your assets too. If you truly want a 750 score, it's very simple. Any open collection account, negotiate. All debt ratio on cards are 25, 29%. And you do a rapid refresh. And like a rapid rescore, I invented them 38 years ago too. Wow. That'll get you 750. By the way, it's called the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. That's what a KISS stands for. See, if you really want to rebuild your credit, you got to be part of the program. You got no choice. And that's the ultimate goal for you. So let's understand something today, please. If you want a 750 score, you're going to have to be involved in the program. You're going to go to class. You're going to listen. You're going to follow through too. What a concept. So over here, we have all these goodies. Do you want some? Let's give you the first 25 steps today. Let's go to annualcreditreport.com. Get your reports for free. There's step number 1. Number 2, I want to analyze you. You see, here's the thing. I can say 30 to 60 to 90 days, 160 days, whatever it might be, 2 years, a million years. But when I analyze you, I can tell you more details. If you allow me to look at your Spearing, your Transio, and Equifax, we can work together, and I'll show you how to get your 750 score in about 90 working days too. Now I need you to get out your Social Security card. Can you do that for me, please? You see, here's the thing. You have a Social Security card in your personal wallet. You haven't even read it. I guarantee, I'll bet you a buck, you never read it through back, front and back, ever, and tear it apart. Here's the application that got you that card. Now, Mommy might have got it for you because Nixon already took the gold standard out. Or you did it for yourself because they told you to get a job. You see, we got to dissect this. Everything you do, you got to dissect it and understand. Line 1 says name to be shown on card, full name of birth other than above, other names you use. See, when you got your SSN, that created a 1040 tax return. Had nothing to do with credit. Understand, years ago when you got credit cards in the mail, they didn't know your SSN. They did it under your name and your address too. Let's understand today, if you read that card front and back, it's pretty simple. It'll say, do not laminate, don't carry with you, and don't use for ID purposes. But every time you fill out an app, you broke the rules. Then it says property of government agency. So it's administration, not you. By the way, that's the IRS. So I want you to create a line of defense. And I want you to understand something if you want to get the dream. Now, here's one thing that really blew me away at the boot camp this weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I asked the question. My first question, you all have an IRS account, right? For you personally. Not one said, yeah. I said, well, you're grown ups. What the hell are you doing? I can't believe these grown up men and women never bothered ever to set up an IRS.gov account. And you have your password, it's your SSN to monitor your tax returns. It's amazing how many times people just don't do what they need to do. I guess because I got to point it out to them. So understand something today, please. Your SSN is for your 1040 tax return. That's all it was for. The next thing you have to understand, when you got your first paycheck, you thought you were ripped off. You were pissed off. You were going, where's my money? And then someone pointed out the IRS gets their cut, you get the leftover. That's what makes us sheep and ducks. All of us are. But you didn't take the time like I did to look at the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. You see, that's called stupidity. You're not stupid, but you did some stupid things and you didn't follow through. Sorry, I'm going to tell you the truth. You see, the 14th Amendment says SS4, a corporation's a legal person. Now I need you to write down irs.gov. Can you do that for me too? I want you to write down 1244. I get people every day, I don't want to pay tax. That's okay, let's do it this way. SSN SS4 files one tax return. Oh, goody. And if you do it under an S corporation, you almost pay no tax ever. If that's what you want. You see, you got to learn to compare the two. Here's the SSN. There it is. On the little corner there, it says SS5, IRS. Here's the SS4 over here. So if we compare the two, the SSN was for the 1040 tax return. The taxes and trace our income. The rest of our life till we're dead. And then here's the SS4. They don't pay any tax until they make a profit. Wow, no tax till they're profitable? No wonder the rich and famous people have higher lines of credit than they bring in. You see, you can learn to play if you want to play with me. But the ultimate goal, your problem is, what did you do to you? I can repackage every one of you if you want to play. But then right now, today, you're not a good CFO. Most of you can't even understand what a CFO is yet. You will when I'm done with you. You're going to have to balance your debt, understand how to play. You get one SSN, that's all we get. And 9 out of 10 people screw it up every day. You get one SS4 for the corporation. And if they sue the corporation, they sue you. You're still a damn duck. Because when you get sued, you have to duck. Here's the problem. Banks, grocery stores, and cities have main company, like the United States of America, controlling states and cities. All right, what happens? Well, cities file bankruptcy, and they get to write it all off. So here's a corporation. If it gets sued doing business, then they sue you. If the corporation does what I plan to do, and I set up a line of defense, division process in 85 and 86, every division gives you a second chance to try. As long as we're trying, we're not dying. If we're not trying, hell, we might as well be dead. You can learn to be a certified CFO too, but you have to change your brain and your thought process to millionaire, please. So understand, the SSN mixes a bunch of sheep. And when they first started, credit had nothing to do with credit in the first place. And some of you got cards in the past, so you're not using your SSN. But then all of a sudden, the SS4 makes us a flying eagle. Let's understand something today. If you allow me to repackage you personally, I'm going to rebuild you to make you a great CFO for the corporation and the divisions. At the same time, I'd like to do a tax ID with your name on it, if you allow me to. I'd like you to understand you can have a double CFO, and I want you to choose wisely from now on. Is that okay? So understand something today. We put all the ducks in a row under the corporate umbrella too. But again, I'll always tell you have a division of you. From there, you can receive money. You can daisy chain credit. And that's kind of fun too. From here, the office sells these for $1,000. It's a good price. But me, I always discount things while I'm broadcasting. Usually have priced at $4.99. Ultimate Gold. There you go again. Zell. Wire too. It's up to you, but make sure you put RW on that Zell if you do it today. Now remember the application. RE literally for Social Security card. Why did you get it again? For the 1040 tax return. That was all it was for. And in the corner it says SS5. That's IRS. So if we basically understand something today, I'd like you to look at the world meter. Let's think today, just as an exercise. If we went into Google and we looked at life-death clocks. Okay, so we're being monitored is my point for you. It's changing. So what happens today is very simple. All right. If someone's born, they're going to basically do what? SSN allows them to print money and bond them up to 35 million apiece. If we have more people dying than being born, they can't print no more money. You might want to think about the SSN, SS4, and learn how to play. It just frustrates the hell out of me that you never bothered to learn in the first place. And I've been teaching and preaching for 45 years. So play it safe, not reckless. Let's look at the SS4 today. Did you know on line 1 right in front of you it says legal name of entity or individual person? So that's a corporation, division, subsidiary. So the banks or grocery stores separate pieces by tax ID. And your name could be on line 1 if you wanted to play. But again, you have to learn to play. Now let's look at this form. We're going to dissect it into pieces. From here, line 9 says reason to apply. Do you see where it says banking and credit purposes? It's in your face. By the way, it's the only application on planet Earth that allows one per entity. You've heard of planet Earth, right? So you got a choice to play. Why a corporation? You buffer tax. You don't pay a dime in tax until you're profitable. You get a fighting chance. Corporate credit, corporate credit, you can write off the interest rate in the credit card. And over here, you couldn't. Why would you use this? This is stupid. You jack it up, you get stuck, you can't write off diddly squat. Why would you ever use your personal credit to hurt your family? That's just called stupidity. Using corporate credit, right off the interest rate in the credit card. And if you screw up, it's a division. You go get another one. Damn. I don't understand stupidity. Sorry. The car at fleet price. Hotels get the free buffet. That's all the corp's going to do. From there, we're going to set up the line of defense. Screw up one, we're going to go get another one. We have no intent to do fraud. They're cheap. They're multiple functions. We're going to buy at wholesale price, and we're going to get multiple credit reports. In real estate, we get to separate the liability. Why don't you write down a line of defense now? Now, remember, you can't copy this. You got to write it down. Now, understand that tax ID under a corporate umbrella is credit purposes. Also, under the SS4, debt follows tax ID. You don't have to be a duck anymore. Is that okay? You're not even a sheep, but you can learn to play. Now, I'm going to give you a statement of guarantee. I'll guarantee everything I say I can do, but you have to be part of the program. You have to do your part, and I'm going to tell you what to do, and you get to follow through. What a concept today. Don't jack up credit. Don't apply during the program. If you do, because I paid for the first rapid rescore, you might have to pay the next one or a penalty, or just close your case and done. See, you're a grown-up. Don't screw it up. You might have to call Santos, the floor manager, or your specialist, too. Understand this side starts to change around because you did credit under SSN. Don't let your past chase your future. That's simple to do. So understand today. You have an IRS problem? No problem. IRS.gov. They have a form called 656 and 433A and B. Step number 3, by the way. Now, did you know you have the right to rebuild yourself? Now, I like to do a rapid refresh. Is that okay? I created that 38 years ago when I did Rapid Score with Ken Yarbrough and Harold Stokes. I was having fun. You see, the bottom line is going to be up to you. 750. Not hard to do if you follow through and let me do my part. As long as you're part of the program, and I'll repackage you if you allow me to. So if we play today, remember, it's not hard to do. Any open collection account, negotiate. Debt ratio 25-29% of revolving cards. Rapid refresh. Now you got a 750 score. Up, and away. It is called the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Because it's easy to do. Now, remember that 750 score and you want more? What I'm going to do is rebuild your credit. I'm going to basically do a rapid refresh. And I'm going to say, get your butt to class on Saturday. Isn't that fun? 750 score. Now I'm going to charge you $1,000, $9.99, the ultimate goal. But then I'm going to give you $1,000 card back. So you make $1 while you get good credit. You got reimbursed too. Now understand something. During the program only, that's now, I'm going to discount it for you, half price. I'm going to make it $4.99, and you have the ability to scan now. Not tomorrow, not next week, now, if you want the half price. From there, I'm your coach for 90 days. And the ultimate goal, I changed that card for 500 Got it? So all you have to do now is Zelle. You can pay by the scan or bank transfer, deposit, or wire. No more excuses for you. Basically, you get a specialist to hold your hand every step of the way. I understand something. If you want to give me referrals, please do. I'll build you more credit or I'll sell you 10%. Would you like to make $1,000 today? Not hard to do. So can you write down a phone number for me, please? I'd like you to call 888-567-8688. You got to do your part. Now understand, this phone number will get you off the national mailing list. You added it because you're a voter, corporation, or you have a cable bill. Opt out for 5 years to a lifetime. It's up to you. But that's step number 4 today. Now, the next thing I want you to do is plan the problem. If you had safety credit and did exactly what I told you to do, you'd never bring the pain home. Maybe you had a friend and family member rip you off. Maybe you spent thousands on crap that didn't work. But again, I want you to plan the problem. Now I want you to write down safety credit. Every card in your purse or wallet today needs a sticky. We're going to write it down. This is a procedure. What the limit of the card is, you're going to maintain 25% always. You're never going past 25, 29%. You're going to build your line of defense. You're going to be ready to play. Now, all dashboards finally caught up with what I've been teaching and preaching, what I designed years ago for Yarborough anyway. 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. So that sticky can help you with the discipline. You don't have to bring the pain home ever again. Now, understand something. You're going to learn to balance the debt. From there, there's the science behind the madness. And then you can have an excuse or, I lost my job, I did this, that. Stop. Everything's a whiny, stop. The moment you jack these up, you screw it up, you bring the pain home. Past the 29%. All cards but 2 use the 29% rule, period, on planet Earth. So I'd like to introduce you to 2 cards that don't. If you took these 2 cards, they have 2 limits paid over time and unlimited to $1 million. That way, if anything is an emergency, you use the personal cards. You never jack yourself up in the family ever again. We got to get the kids in high school to learn how to play so they don't make the same mistakes you did. Gold and platinum cards, personal cards will help you balance your debt. And then the corporation and the divisions too. We should learn to play. Ultimate goal. So let's understand today. All right, it's very simple. All right, if you lost your job, have an emergency, what do? What most people do is they run out of time, run out of money. Within 42 days, they've jacked this all up 100%. That's called silly and dumb. Sorry. Because you can't write out diddly squat. You brought the pain home to yourself. If you would have had a little patience that day, you could have increased your limits and probably God would have got you through the day anyway. So understand. It's like today. The average person wastes $50 every other day. If you needed $5,000 now, what are you going to do? Go ask your friends, your family, the bank, they'll say no. If I have a 5,000 card in my hand, which I do, and I want to max this sucker out today, the payment's $50 a month. So for the average person wasting $50 every other day, you could easily maintain a 5,000 card with the discipline. But the problem with that, the discipline, you bring the pain home. But again, they say the average person wastes 140 a week. That's 600 a month. So I'm not going to screw up 50,000 personally. That'd be stupid. If I took 50,000 off of a corporate credit card, borrow money is not taxable, and I get 6, 12, 26 for 50,000, what the person wastes in a given month. And if I screw up, I don't bring the pain to my family, and that's the bottom line, right? Oh well, you could have got 2 pizza restaurants during a drive-through. With a drive-through during a pandemic. See, the only thing that stayed open during a pandemic was drive-through restaurants or delivery food services, pretty much. So today, believe in yourself, reach your goals. May I believe in God and I believe in me. When I was kicking the door jam at 10, that was fun. I started kicking the backside hoop and they go, whoa! See, white men do jump, just stupid people say we don't. In other words, you can accomplish any goal you put your mind to, too. When Nixon took the gold standard out, most people didn't pay attention to that. We're going to cover that today, too. So understand, write down Ray's rules. But I'd like you to write down $100,000. I'd like you to use only 29%. That would give you $71,000 of safety in case blank hits a fan, lost a job, or pandemic. No more excuses. From there, when you jack it up, you get stuck. Don't use this to start a business because that's called stupidity. When you use corporate credit, and you basically finance that business, you get to write it all off. And if you win, you absorb the taxation. Usually, if something screws up, it's a division, not the corporate, not you. Why did you bring the pain home in the first place? Didn't you want your cake and eat it too? Step number 7 today. All right, becoming a certified CFO and never bringing the pain home. See, I think this is the problem you did for you. Ultimate goal. So let's learn to play. There I am dead. Oh, well, there's the address. Google it. You'll find it factually verifiable. All right, the bottom line, there's one of the yachts in the backyard, and one of the race boats. See, I think the devil's trying to hold us back and knock us down all the time. But God's delays aren't God's denials. So you got the choice to let me help rebuild your personal life to break even and learn to balance your debt. I'll be your coach. Won't that be fun? It'd be fun for me. It'd be fun for you. Corporation's a credit life. It's a legal person. How about we get 10 cards per entity? That way you get over $1 million that the bank's not going to give you. And it's not legal advice. It's just me using my blueprint while I rebuild you. All right, repackaging you. That's the goal, 1 million to 5. You see, the banks have this unsecured line of credit up to 150. I call it checkbook money. So if you want basically checkbook money up to 5.4 million, let me know. You got to have corps and divisions in place in 2 years in business. Is that okay? We get to play. Now, if you don't have the 2 years for the line of credit, I set up some extra corporations before the end of the year. So if you need a 2022 corporation that's 2 years old now, and you can say you've been in business for 2 years, all right, you can get that checkbook money up to the 150 per entity too. The office is going to sell for $39.99. No problem. I'm going to give you $10,000 in credit. I'm going to basically understand you get profit or non-profit. I only have 4 non-profits left. If you want one of those, you better do it now. From here, all right, if you sell during this broadcast only, I'll give it to you for $999. There it is. And you get 10 times your money back. There's your Zelle. And make sure you put RW in the Zelle information too. Now understand a corporation's a legal person. I learned that when I was 7 and a half being used and abused by Mrs. Hope. I listened to it at a poker game. So what did I do the next day? I went to the Torrance Police Department. I remember seeing there's a library next door. I walked in. I said, ma'am, what does this mean? All right, she walked away. She was rude. I didn't know she was coming back. She finally came back. Here's a microphone. Here's a bag. She was a beyond. Can't believe she's a librarian. She was just that mean. I read the book. Then I realized there's no book with a blueprint. All right, I wanted just to find the steps that I needed. You see, you've been looking for that blueprint too. By the way, it's me. And if you blow this, that's on you. All right, so understand, what did I do? I sent away a money order after going to the library for 2 years. Secretary of State of California. I found out corporations are free. All you pay is a little filing fee. So let's understand, if you paid $3,000 for $5,000 for a corp and didn't learn diddly squat, why don't you jump up and kick yourself in the assets? See, this is where you screwed up. I'm the founder of Helping Hand Industries. I got $100,000 of credit in the mail. I got named in the movie Dave. See, we get to play. Now I'm also an affiliate. I get to build credit reports. So every corporation, every division, I can build them cash credit. And they can finance the business and write it all off too. What a concept today. Learn to be that certified CFO. Now, I did it for my cat. Harold Stokes almost turned green. I built Sam Reynolds the cat credit with $1 million. I used to bring Sam to the Bonaventure and show them $1 million of credit. And people would go, isn't he cute? And they go, meow. Isn't that fun? See, if I can build it from a cat, you think I can build it for you? Inc. Magazine interviewed me at the Bonaventure. And I said, use plastic to finance your business. See, that's what makes sense. Now, I'm going to get out my magic wand, and I want you to have 9 divisions today. 9. Got it? So let's understand something. Since the cat has 9 lives, why don't you? Let's have a corporate umbrella. Let's build credit. Let's have some fun. One screws up, we're going to get another one. So if you allow me to get the tax ID for the corporate, the division, that allows me to set up the credit reports. It allows me to get cash credit. It can finance itself. It lines you up to get some checkbook money. You want some checkbook money too? Ultimate goal. So here's 7 reasons why you want me to do the divisions for you. Write it down. You can't take a picture. Number 1 is the line of defense. Screw one, get another one. Cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, multiple credit reports, real estate and separate liability. So I'm going to build you a Spearing, Treasure, and Equifax under tax ID because we're allowed to. You want to play yet? It's up to you. 9 divisions is what I'll recommend to you. Ultimate goal. And if you're going for the 5 million, you need 30 divisions, by the way. So again, that's your line of defense. So if I get you a gold card, unlimited for $1 million and a pay over time limit, would you like one thing? My next question would be, would you like 9 sisters? That way you get $1 million to $10 million. See, you got choices today if you want to play. But again, if one's screwed up, you get another one too. Even franchises. Every time you go through McDonald's, it says flat out, operated and owned by. They announced today they're building another 450 locations too. Would you like a McDonald's? Want a Big Mac? But again, if one's screwed up, you got 8 left to go. Maybe you want to learn to play too. Ultimate goal. So today, if you take a corporate credit card and you want to loan out some money, all right, you can create $5,000 to $10,000 plus a month. It's going to be called cash flow free up your time, which is in my book 44 or 5 years ago, page 16. Now, this means you can add an income to you or replace your income if you want to. So let's remember today, it's pretty simple to do. When I created my first matrix, all right, I had 121 divisions, creating up to 190,000 a month. I like cash flow. Do you like cash flow? I don't have any excuses. What's your excuse now? The only thing you can tell me is you didn't know, which means your lack of knowledge is flat out to you. You got to learn to play. Let's say we got a corporation doing it my way. All right, does manages entities, and one's in trouble. What are we going to do? We're going to have a meeting. We're going to vote and elect to have a meeting. And then we're going to vote and elect, we, the board, vote and elect to disconnect, isolate, and incorporate. See, if there's a problem with a piece, all right, I'm going to disconnect, isolate, incorporate, and then I'm going to try to fight to save it for 6 months. If I can't save it, I'm going to do exactly what I'm allowed to do under the Constitutional right, and I'm going to do under the basis of the Federal Protection Act. I'm going to bankrupt the hell out of it and keep the other pieces. Your problem is maybe you don't know how to fight. Maybe you don't have the guts. All right, maybe you've been beat up too many times. That to me is an excuse. I've been through more than probably you. So we have no excuses. It's tax ID. Learn to play. Now here's the division. I'll do the tax ID. I'll add 2,000 of history for you, and I'll set up the credit reports. All right. The office sells them for $1,000 each, which is 3 for $3,000. During the broadcast, I cut it in half price. It's $500 a piece, or 3 for $1,500. And all you do is you can scan now, pay the $1,500, get 3 right away. But again, that's up to you. All right. See, the corporate umbrella means debt follows tax ID, and then we get credit reports. Is that okay? All right. There's your Zell too. Ultimate goal, no more excuses. I like to repackage every one of you. So as we play today, I'd like you to have $1 million of credit cards and $5 million of checkbook money. That's what I believe your goal should be, but it's up to you. Now remember, flat out, I'm online 6 days a week for 45 years. Where have you been? From there, if you missed the 3-day live boot camp in person or online, what you might want to do is sign up for the second part. It's simple. See, the second half after the boot camp is 6 months with me coaching you and doing a lot of work for you too. And what happens is very simple. I get to interview and blueprint you. Then we're going to inventory you, and we're going to make sure we're going to look at your goals, how we're going to go get them too. And then we're going to make sure this is 6 months. You see, from here, we have a Zoom every 2 weeks. Your Zoom's coming up if you don't do it today. The bottom line is calls with that group every week. From there, level 1, 2, and 3 in specialty classes. The first class starts tomorrow. You got to do it now. Ultimate goal, $50,000 of credit for you. So the bottom line is pretty simple to do. All right. So it's 6 months. All right. Zelle wire deposit. All right. It's $5,000 flat out. All right. And if you sign up now. If you don't, oh, well, you kind of blew it. You can scan now. Now understand that 50,000 is only today. It's shrinking tomorrow. So put it off. Go ahead. I dare you. There's your Zelle bank transfer deposit too. Ultimate Go. I even got specialty classes on Saturday. When I got my 10 classes, I got one at 3 o'clock. It is real estate. Now, if you want to go to specialty classes and you want to spend $9.99 for 90 days, go ahead. If you want the one-day event, it's $4.99 for that real estate class on Saturday. There's your Zelle. Bank transfer wire too. So understand again, checkbook money, unsecured business line of credit. So if you listen carefully, that's checkbook money up to 150. You can get up to 5.4 million if you want. But again, I like checkbook money, but you have to have corps and divisions in place. Is that okay? If you didn't get one, I have them already. Last year and this year, they're 2 years old. Simple. The office sells it for $39.99. Simple for 2-year corporation. I give you 10,000 of credit. And on top of that, you can pick profit or nonprofit, but I only have 4 nonprofits left. From there, guess what? If you use Zelle during the broadcast, I discount it to $9.99. If you call the office, it's $39.99. So you go this simple now. There's your Zelle. Make sure you put RW on the Zelle, please. And if you do a bank deposit or wire, remember, the account I use is different than they use. So it separates the deposit. It should basically get rid of any discussion. So understand something today. All cash credit requires a certified CFO to get cash credit. And that's what I'm going to get you to do. So if you listen carefully, all cards use the 29% rule, but the 2 cards that don't, simple, they have paid over time and unlimited up to $1 million. That'll help you balance personal debt. I like to do them for the corporation and the divisions too. Keep in mind, when I build one up off my cards for you, I charge $9.99. Now, if you want a fallout credit line, here's 100,000, here's 50, here's 25. So we charge 10%. So 100,000 is $10,000. Today, during the broadcast only, you get it for $39.99. 50,000 is usually 5,000. It's $19.99. When we went to 25,000, it's $9.99. Well, that's only if you scan now. If you don't scan it, you pay the 10%. You only get 60% now. Then you can also Zelle, bank transfer, deposit, or wire. So remember today, when you use personal credit to start a business, I'm sorry, that's silly and dumb. You hurt the family. From there, if you use corporate credit, borrow money is not taxable. When you win, you should absorb the taxation. When you lose, you get rid of a division. You don't screw up the corporation and you and your family. And when you do retire, your bills never go away. Get your cake and eat it too, please. Raise rules, become a certified CFO, never bring the pain home. See, today, if you put one hand out and one hand in, we're going to do the Macarena too. See, left hand says SSN, we're ducks and sheep. The SS4 is the other hand. We don't pay tax till we're profitable. Hey, it's IRS public record. You can look it up. Simple to do. IRS.gov 1244. Or file one tax return, almost pay no tax at all. You can learn to play if you pay attention today. When you get $1 million check, hypothetically, I give you one. What are you going to do with the money? Usually put it in your personal account. Sorry, I think that's stupid. Because you only get to keep $375. All right, and the rest goes to the IRS. If you put it in a corporation, you get to keep all the money. All of it, and pay all the bills first, then you pay tax on the leftover. No leftover, no tax. Is that how the rich and famous people do it too? Today, why don't you look at the United States of America Incorporated? All right, they set up 50 corporations for states. States had a corporation called cities. So they did what I say in front of you with subsidiaries, and your problem is you don't know how to play. They even created a Chapter 9 bankruptcy under the Federal Protection Act. They let them wipe out the debt and stay in business. Why didn't you pay attention and learn to play? I've been teaching and preaching for 45 years. Where you been? I want you to Google bankruptcy today. Can you do that for me, please? See, when you plan the problem, the next time something screws up in your whole life or something, is it SSN, you and your family being ducks and sheep, or is it a corporation, division, or subsidiary? Your choice is very simple to understand how to play. So understand today, let me add you to my credit system. What do we get to do? If you want $1 million of credit, no problem. As long as you go to class and learn the rules and tools. If not, I'm not going to help you. It's that simple. You have to learn to be a certified CFO. Now, here's the problem if you have a corp before you met me. You hired a CPA and attorney or incorporating service, and you didn't learn dilly squat, and you paid 3 to 5,000. You killed money. You see, I learned at 9.5. They're free. There's no value when a corporation is sold by an attorney or CPA. You didn't learn dilly squat. They're free. Free. You pay a little filing fee. In California, is waiving the fee until June of this year. So you don't have to be a sheep and a duck. You can learn to play. I'm online 6 days a week and all day Wednesday and Saturday too. Here's a starter package for the beginner. Corporations cost right now on the national average is $3,000 on Google. You can check it out. Credit rebuilding, rapid scores, getting you 750. If you have the corporal, use what you got. If not, I'll give you the articles for free. Also, it's tax ID. I'll put you in a setup class, all right, and level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to give you $5,000 of cash credit back to you. Now, your price is $1,999, $2,000. So you get 2.5 times your money back. As you learn to be a certified CFO, on this broadcast only, I'm discounting half price to $9.99. That way you get 5 times your money back with no excuses, and you can scan now. Ultimate goal. From there, there's that 5 times your money back, and then your coach for 90 days. If we listen and learn, that discount's good now only. From there, you always call the office and spend $2,000. That's okay. It's still a good deal. A minute in the making, $25,000 of credit, $5,000. Then you get 5 times your money back. That's good. But during the broadcast, I discount that in half price. Could you imagine? For $2,499, I rebuild your credit, do your life, put you in a corporation, and then give you $25,000 of credit back, 10 times your money and your investment. And when you don't do this, how stupid could that be? It's better than being in Vegas. Here, you get blackjack every time, and all you got to do is scan now. But again, you got the guts to play? That's up to you. The discount is only good during the broadcast. Ultimate goal. So remember, you can also Zelle. If you Zelle, put RW on that. It's a code. Bank transfer, deposit, or wire. Now, this Friday, for those who didn't make the boot camp for 3 days, it was my last and final one ever I'm going to do. I've already had Mike and 3 other people. Can I go to the next one? No. And these people were already at the last one. I said it was my last one, and I meant it. Okay, 2024, or Ireland, going to go to the castle. We're going business trips. I'm going to broadcast TV, radio, and have some fun. But 6 days a week, I think 45 years is enough. What do you think? So we're going to go over all the things we did in the review. So if you want to get here, you have to do it today. All right, because why? The bonus class starts tomorrow, $9.99. It's kind of a giveaway. But then that means if you don't have the 18 books and CDs, I'm going to give it to you. If you have it, you don't get them. I'm going to give you a 10,000 line of credit. That's 10 times your money back. From there, one call with me too. Ultimate goal. You can Zelle, and put the RW on that too. Again, if it's not done today, oh well, you missed out the opportunity. From there, why don't you beat your doubt, run your race, and let me repackage you and get out of my way. Ultimate goal, getting past go. I like the goodies, don't you? I like the mansion in the harbor too, God's gift. See, Ray's supposed to say RayReynoldsUniversity.com. Yachts, helicopters, Lamborghinis, and buildings too. Why not? You see, I think most people are full of, you know what, all that tickety talk and all that YouTube blah, blah, blah. Show me your wallet. Show me your house. Show me your car. Because they're going blah, blah, blah. You see, I want you to change your driver's license today. Could you change it to P.O. Box mailing address, please? I'd like you to maintain more privacy. Now, the ultimate goal, when you bought the car you drive today, I'm sorry you did that wrong too. You let them sweat you for 5 hours. You lost 5 hours. You got 9 inquiries. You gave them a paper to run your credit. You should have wrote down last 1 inquiry and take a picture. You should have set the tone that day. But you wanted to be treated like a sheep. Sorry, you did it wrong again. Understand something. A car, fleet price, tax ID division. Got it? Doesn't show up on personal credit report. We don't have to worry about gap insurance. We don't have to worry about that 1099-C. So the goal is it's a corporate car. You're basically a certified CFO. The car today. Now here's the 1099-C. Let's understand that's the IRS. any asset, secured asset, if the bank or the creditor doesn't get the money back, they get to kick your ass. Yes. And they reverse it to income. Now you got a state and federal tax problem. Whee! You better learn to play. And the registered owner in the car should have been a division. So if there's a bumpity bump, you know what they're going to get when they sue you? They get diddly squat. I like diddly squat, don't you? Planning the problem, don't bring the pain home. But it's your choice to listen and learn today. Properties, they should be in divisions. Why? Because you don't know who's going to slip and fall and sue you. All right, the ultimate goal is like your paycheck. Your house payment helps you do the break even. Amazon didn't pay any tax on the first 10 billion to trillion. Hell, why did they pay tax? They don't have to pay tax. It's simple. They're playing the game. They know how to play. There's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. He used Twitter. He bought it within 24 hours with a line of credit. Hell, he's got a spaceship that launches almost every other week, and another spaceship, the other guy, and the other guy too. See, if you listen and learn, you can learn to play. But again, you got to join the club and win the battle too. But that's up to you. Step 15. Why don't you put money into more money in reference 3 times 5? See, I've taught more famous and rich people, all right, to leverage their money into billions. Isn't it fun? Carl here doesn't pay tax on billions. Why would he do that? Walt Disney didn't want to pay tax on $1 billion. They wrote an IOU to themselves. It's in Newsweek. Borrow money is not taxable. Leveraging money to more money. Remember that division of you? See, when you screwed up you, if you had a division of you could have screwed that up and get another one. You backed yourself in the corner and you got your assets kicked. That's kind of silly and dumb. What do you think? Division of you to receive money. All right, and daisy chain credit too. The office sells divisions of you for $9.99. I like to give them away half price during the webinar for $4.99 if you want one today. Sell. Put the RW, the code, and put what you sell for too. You see, you get a specialist to hold your hand every step of the way. Run your life through a corporation or conjunction, please. The ultimate goal is going to be up to you to pay attention. It's like today. Pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. Your income is taxable income, right? You get the leftover being a sheep, and then you basically pay the car payment, gas, registration, insurance, and you should be yelling no right now driving a company car like I do. Why don't you drive company cars? What's wrong with you? Are these suckers turned up or not? Become a certified CFO? Why don't you get an SS4 today? I want you to find out I'm telling you the truth. It'll set you free. Line 10 says banking and credit purposes. Hey, it's public record. You can find out I'm telling you the truth, and you don't have to be a duck anymore. Because when they sue you, you're going to have to duck. It's going to be up to you. Now, Mama here, she delivered a baby. Ever since Nixon took the gold standard out, they hand her the form for the baby so they can print more money. All right, and they understand they bond the baby for $35 million a piece too, up to that. So Mama has to sign that at the hospital. From there, the baby goes in the stroller, the car seat, and goes home. Nope, baby better go with that job. They got an SSN. You see, everything to me is rules and tools. Escrow close, homestead, buy house. Escrow close, homestead, house. See, it's like today. If you have a house today, it's not in a trust. That's called stupidity. They sue you, they take it away. You die, it's stuck in the probate. Your family got a diddly squat. You got to plan the problem, like I told you too. When you hire that contractor today, oh goody, what do? They hire the subcontractors that stand outside Home Depot, and they work good. You know what? And they slip and fall and sue you. They're going to come out and get you and get your goodies too. My way, they don't get diddly squat. Why not? You might want to think of irrevocable trust, but you're a grown up. Do what you want to do. See, that's step 19, 6 more to go. Now, I get people almost every day, Ray, I don't want to pay tax. I tell them to knock off the crap. You cannot play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. You can't be Wesley Snipes and goes to prison for 5 years being a dummy. All right, I told him that years ago. IRS.gov, 656 433 A and B. See, you can learn to play. That's step 20 for you today. From there, learn to be an OPM. From there, you get to save up to 70%. You don't pay a bill up to 90 days. You get 200,000 left over. What are you going to do? Most people kind of piss it away and act like they're rich and they're broke the next day. That 200,000 should be leveraged to 15 to 20 million. Raise rules, leveraging money, borrow money, it's not taxable, lot of defense. But again, that's basically step 21 called blackjack. You win again. Oops, I did it again. You got choices today. you can play. There's the office. One technology driver runs back in 2009, doing up to $1 million a day. My life got stolen in that coma, came out being homeless again too. What am I gonna do? Go boo-hoo? Nope. I have 3 divisions of me, closet divisions too. I built $1 million of credit in 6 weeks. I don't stay down, and from now on, neither do you. You'll learn how to play and let me repackage you. See it, believe it, go get it. Now I'm going to tell you what to do, and I'm going to need you to follow through. Is that okay with you? So understand, 1,000 steps to millionaire and certified CFO. Repackaging every one of you is the ultimate goal into 1 million, literally to $5 million. Here's your problem. When you brought the pain home, you made yourself a duck. You didn't have a defensive circle. And when they sue the piece, they sue you because you were the duck. You're going to learn to play my way. And if you don't set up an IRS account for you personally, your SSN, that's called stupidity. You should always be tracking your tax returns and everything else, seeing what they see, and you see it too. From there, don't forget checkbook money. Ultimate goal. From there, if you don't have a corporation from last year for 2 years, I have them in stock. $39.99, about $4,000. But I give $10,000 a credit. From there, profit or nonprofit, I only have 4 nonprofits left. And from there, if you Zelle during the broadcast, you get it for $9.99. There's your Zelle. Put the RW on there too as a code. Ultimate goal. What's a corporation? It's a legal person. I want credit to the corp and the divisions. Why not? If you don't create the line of defense in the defensive circle, you're always going to bring the pain home. Bottom line is tax ID gives credit reports. That's what I get to build for you. 9 divisions if you want up to 1 million. If you want up to 5, all right, I would always say 30 divisions. There's your line of defense. Every division gets a tax ID, 2,000 of history, credit reports. We charge $1,000 each, so $3,000 for 3. During the broadcast, I discount half price, so you get 3 for $1,500 or $500 a piece. You can scan. You can pay the $1,500 now. Ultimate goal, there's a 5% fee to that. From there, that's a corporate umbrella. Debt follows tax ID, and then we get the corporate credit. That would be the ultimate goal. You can also Zelle, no fee, bank transfer, deposit, or wire. Just make sure you put the RW in the Zelle too. 45 years now. This is my 45th year. All right, I did my last and final boot camp I'm ever going to do. Ultimate goal. What are you willing to lose? Family? No. Corporation? They sue you and your family, usually. Division? See, if a corporation, if we're going to play like chess today, we're both losing both pieces on both sides. But if we play my way, we both get checkmate. We both get to win. Step 23 again. Ultimate goals up to you. You give me referrals, I'll build you more credit, or I'll sell you up to 10%. You can make up to $1,000 today. See, getting the goodies. It's like all the doors I said, the RayReynoldsUniversity.com. I love the marketing tool. You see, you got choices today. Reaching the dream, think to be the impossible. Ray's rules, making millionaires out of corps and divisions for people, training them to be the certified CFO. Are you going to be next? It's up to you if you follow through. Now, if I add you to my credit system, remember what I'm going to do. I'm going to analyze you, show you what you need to do, what I'm going to do for you too. Remember, Friday this week. And the classes start tomorrow, so you got to do this now while I'm online. If you don't, it's okay. I'm not doing another one of these, so guess what? You kind of blew that too. So the ultimate goal, it's an overview of what we went through for the 3 days in the live boot camp. So for $9.99, if you don't have the books, you get them. If you have them, you don't get them. You get $10,000 of cash credit, 10 times your money back, and a call with me. If you Zelle $9.99 now. There's your Zelle. Put the RW, and make sure you Zelle put what you Zelle for too. You don't do it, you blew it. Now, if you want to take the part 2 from basically the boot camp, it's simple. After the live event, they all get 6 months of goodies. So here's 6 months. I'm your personal coach. No excuses. I interview you. I inventory you. I blueprint you for 6 months. From there, we're going to Zoom every 2 weeks. We're having, and that Zoom is the 13th, so you better do it today or you blew it. From there, then we do a weekly call for all of us as well, and that's kind of fun. And then you get level 1, 2, 3 Invest specialty classes. Your first class starts tomorrow. I think if you want this one, you better do it now. Now I'm giving $5,000, all right, dollar fee. You get $50,000 of credit currently. That will be changing, by the way. So here's how it works: 6 months, Zelle wire deposit. All right, it's $5,000 now on the line right now. From there, all right, last time I did that is 2008, and you get to play. There's your scan. You can scan now to pay right away. Ultimate goal. You can Zelle. Always put RW for that as the code, bank transfer, deposit, or wire. So keep in mind today, never have joint credit. All right, buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. A corporation is just a piece of paper. If you spend more than a filing fee, I'm sorry you got ripped off. You didn't learn dilly squat. All right, I have a commercial that says attorneys should be sued for charging for a corporation in the first place. Division should be real estate, franchise, current business, then the line of defense. Ray's rules, pretty simple. I give bonus cash credit for a reason. I want you to finance the business, write it all up, and take away your excuses. You will find nobody on this planet that does what I do, and they sure in the hell don't give you up to times 10 your money back. All right, so if you don't step up to the plate, that's called silly and dumb, sorry to say, but it's true. Step 24, ultimate goals up to you. So the 750 score, all I got to do is put you in the workshops with me, teach you the rules and tools, do a rapid refresh, get you the 750 score, make you a certified CFO. You got to be part of the program and follow through while I repackage you. Ultimate goal, we're going to tear it apart, rebuild it, rapid rescore. I'm going to put you in classes on Saturday. We're going to go after the 750 score. We're going to charge you $9.99. We give you $1,000 cash card back to you. You get break even. Actually, make $1. From there, during the broadcast, I'm going to discount that to $4.99. I'm going to be your coach for 90 days. You can scan now for the $4.99 now. And then I take that card after the 90 days of coaching you. It becomes a $500 card that goes to reimburse you. Simple. Starter package for millionaires, since corps are $3,000 plus. How about we rebuild your credit, rapid score? Articles also stay tax ID free to you if you don't have them, or use the one you got. We put you in setup level 1, Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We give you $5,000 credit back. As I train you and help you to be that certified CFO, during the broadcast today, I discount it to $9.99. You can scan and pay now. Save half off, get 5 times your money back. Or you can call the office and spend $2,000. It's up to you. And you get that 90 days of coaching. Discount is only good now. From here, you got millionaire in the making. That's $5,000, but you get $25,000 credit back to you, 5 times your money back. From there, when I discount this now, $2,499. That gives you 10 times your investment back, way better than Vegas. Scan now. And if you don't want me to rebuild you, the bottom line is that's kind of silly and dumb. The bottom line is I like to coach you and get you past go. Ultimate goal today, the discount is good now. If you scan, or you basically Zelle, bank transfer, deposit, or wire. If you do Zelle, put RW, please. Ultimate goal. So remember, you could be a corporate millionaire if you want to be, like the banks and grocery stores doing right in front of you. Cities too. First thing you have to do is remember, stop bringing the pain home, become a certified CFO, and reprogram your brain into millionaire status and start looking behind the curtain. Today we do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. The ultimate goal, all right, we got to do it for ourselves too. He expects us to do something, not just sit there and pray, because he will answer those prayers almost every day as long as you do your part too. All right, simple. Today, all right, step 25, Zelle, do what you got to do. Now you can always call the office at 800-510-3338. They will charge you a little bit extra because they do make a commission too. The ultimate goal is going to be up to you. You see, at the end of the day, we got to do our best. Like God does the rest, amen to that too. And never forget, at the end of the day, God loves us all.